I'm trying a new Tromjaro stream. The past few times it didn't work because my computer froze, and let's see if it works now. I'm going to test the audio, 1 second. Maybe the audio is too low. I can make it higher, the volume, even higher. Okay, let me test a bit more. Let me see. Properties. Audio is very low. Sure. Yep. Trying to fix the audio. Let's see. Sound. One, two, three. Digital. This one. 1, 2. I need to amplify it. Filters. Gain. Okay. Maybe now. Maybe now. Or maybe now. I think now it's much better. But let me just check it on YouTube before I start. That's good. Okay. Let's start and let's hope that my computer won't freeze. If it's going to freeze, people will let me know and I will stop again. Okay. So I've been trying to stream this, but it was a bug that made my CPU run at 100%, and now I think it was an NVIDIA card bug, and I changed. Since then I'm using now the open source Intel driver for my Intel graphics card, so I'm using the other graphic card. Okay, so Tromjaro. We released Tromjaro I think 2 weeks or 3 weeks ago, and it's basically a Linux-based distribution that I changed to make it trade-free, meaning that I wanted to remove the software that was engaging people into trades, like say Skype or all kinds of software like that. And it's basically based on Manjaro. Manjaro it's another Linux distribution, because Linux it's open source and trade-free. It means that people can take it and make it their own flavors. Manjaro made their own flavor, but I don't agree with Manjaro and what they did with that flavor, because from the get-go they put the software like Microsoft Office in it, and Skype and Steam for games, and those want stuff from people. They want money, they want data, they want stuff like that. And like we released the last book, The Origin of Most Problems, this leads to all kinds of issues and charlatan behaviors, and we want to get rid of that. So I took Manjaro and I got rid of those things, and I installed a bunch of stuff so that the system should work out of the box and should be ready to not only to use but to customize, and I will see you how I will show how you can do that. And it's basically why it's important. it's important because having your computer listen to you, it's quite difficult these days. I have a phone, I have Android, and I remember a few months ago they installed Facebook and Instagram. I get an update from Android and they installed shit on my phone that I didn't want, and I cannot remove that. So in that sense, you don't control your computer, the computer controls you. And that's so true nowadays. It's true with Windows, it's true with macOS, it's true with iOS, it's true with Android. And Linux, it's the weird kid in this world, because you can basically customize Linux and you can control it. But even Linux, you know, these communities, they don't understand anymore what was the purpose of open source in the first place, you know, to provide free software that you can control. They think that, oh, it's okay to have Linux but also have Steam or Skype installed because, I don't know, it's cool and it's nice to have those proprietary software and those trade-based software on this Linux distribution. And I don't agree with that. I think this ruins everything. Why would you install Linux if you then install Google Chrome and you then install Skype or Steam or Microsoft Office? Then what's the point, you know? So yeah, I'm going to show you all about this and how to set it up and so forth. First things first, you can go to tromjaro.com and you can download the ISO. You can go to the install page and you'll see the instructions there. It's extremely easy. If you're a bit familiar with how to install an operating system, it's as easy as downloading the ISO, then flash this ISO on a USB stick. What that means is like downloading an application that will let you flash that. Like I give examples on the install page. So if you follow, I think 3-4 steps, it's very easy to install it. Once you put it on the USB flash drive, then you have to boot from it. You restart your computer and you choose to boot from this USB stick, so that you can not only install Tromjaro, but before that test Tromjaro. That's the beauty of Linux. You don't have to install it, and I will show you now. You can test it before. So I'm using a virtual machine now to demonstrate this. It's like a computer inside of a computer. It's the same as I will have on your normal computer. So this is the first screen that you will see after you boot from the USB flash drive. It's the first line of options, and you can choose here the language. You can choose here if you want the drivers to be free or open source, but you know, usually you can simply go to boot Manjaro, because again, Tromjaro is based on Manjaro. That's why it's called Tromjaro. Boot from it, enter, and let's wait now. Let's wait to boot from the USB flash drive. And it's so amazing that you can basically test the entire operating system without even installing it. Just test it. It will not ruin your computer or anything. You can connect to the internet. You can browse the web. You can use it like a normal computer. And it's good to test it because you have to make sure that your Wi-Fi is working, your keyboard, your trackpad, or whatever. Because in Linux, it's so amazing that when it works, and in most cases it works, it's like a magic thing. You don't have to install any drivers. You don't have to install any codecs. Everything basically works. You install it and that's it. You have a USB mouse, or you have Bluetooth speakers or whatever. It just works. You have a webcam. You don't have to install anything. I used Windows for many years. I used to repair computers with Windows, and so I know a bit about Windows. And I can tell you that now, after using Linux for the past 5-6 years or more, Linux is 10 times easier and a lot more robust and a lot more. I don't shut down my laptop, okay? My laptop runs Tromjaro and it's 24/7. It's running. It doesn't get slower. It doesn't get buggy. It just works. And it's not only for programmers and so forth. It's for everyone. You want to make videos? I make videos. I write books. I design books. I make websites. I edit videos. You know, I record stuff. Look like now, and it's working perfectly fine. It's no problem. So you will see how easy it is. to install it, to manage it, and to customize it. It may be a lot slower on this virtual machine that I set up, but usually it should be on your computer, it should be much faster. So again, I took the ISO, I burn it or flash it on a USB flash drive. You need 4 gigabytes or more, but the ISO is 2 gigabytes. So, and after that, simply boot from the USB flash drive and try the operating system. Okay, it's booting now. There we go. Let me make the screen a bit, that is the resolution. Let's change the resolution a bit so that it can fit better in OBS, the stream. Let's put it like this. No. Let's put it like maybe this. Okay, maybe less than that. Maybe like this. Yeah, that's it. First thing that you'll see is this hello, Tromjaro hello. All kinds of stuff here if you want to read and so forth, or simply you can launch installer. But let me show you, for example, you have here, you can go online and it's going to work if you connect to the internet. It's exactly like Tromjaro looks like, only that it's in live mode. Like you don't do anything on the computer, you just do it from the USB flash drive. You can test it. That's amazing, So simply go to launch installer. That's the first thing you have to do after you test everything. I will show you exactly where the applications are and so forth after we install it. So let's just install it. Launch installer. And you have to make sure that you are aware that you might break your computer. So hold on, because someone says the cursor is not showing, but I can fix that. Let me fix that. Properties. No. Hold on. This one. Capture cursor. Okay, so now the cursor is showing. Okay, so the first thing that you see is selecting the language. You can select your language, click next, select a location for the time zone, next select Madrid, next, select the type of keyboard that you have. I have a Spanish keyboard. You can see here the layout when you change it. That's so interesting because it's a visual cue. You can see it exactly what kind of keyboard you have, so it matches it. Next, here when it comes to where to install the operating system, you will have, if you have multiple hard drives, make sure that you are aware that what hard drives you have here in the list and select the proper hard drive. Recently, I have 2 hard drives in my computer. One is 4 terabytes and one is 500 gigabytes. The 4 terabytes I was using for backups, and the 500 gigabytes I was using for the Tromjaro. And by mistake, I selected the 4 terabytes when I reinstalled Tromjaro, and I deleted everything from my 4 terabytes. I lost so many things, like so many backups and files and shit like that. So make sure you are aware. Make sure you are aware what you select. Okay, and you can simply select erase disk, or is the easiest option that you have there. You don't have to know much about partitioning if you select erase disk. That's what I suggest, erase disk and swap with hibernation. Swap means it's like extra RAM memory. If you have 16 gigabytes of RAM, you will also have like 16 maybe gigabytes on your hard drive that are designed for be used as RAM. So you increase basically your RAM memory, which is good. RAM memory is important for if you want to run multiple processes and so forth. So select the hard drive, select erase disk. That's what I suggest. Select swap with hibernate and click next. Select a name. Let's put Trom. Choose a password. Let's put an extremely difficult password like one. Of course, you can put whatever password you want, and I recommend you put like a good password. And when it says use the same password for administrator account, it's the administrator account is the one that gives you privilege to do all kinds of admin stuff on your computer, like install stuff, install software, and so forth. Okay, next. They will show you exactly what will happen now. You see so far nothing complex. This is what will happen. You will erase this, you will install that, blah blah blah. Okay, make sure you review everything. Everything seems fine. Install and install. Yeah, now we are going to wait for installation. I see the resolution changed a bit because it's in a virtual machine, but let's see. Usually the installation takes like a few minutes, 6 minutes or so. It's not a long time to install. And because I remember, for example, Windows, when I install Windows, it's like it takes forever, and it's like wait a little bit, and you know, for the installation, please don't reboot your computer, please don't do that. It's such a mess. Okay, so I hope that my virtual machine didn't freeze. Okay. Because I do this in virtual machine and I also stream, I'm not sure how VirtualBox will work with that. Okay, let's see, maybe it's going to work now. Yeah, only the resolution changed a bit. That's okay. Yeah. So now it's going to just simply install the operating system, and that's it. People have this fear of like, oh, Linux, I have to use the terminal, I have to use like commands, and it's easier than on Windows, like 10 times at least easier to do anything on. You'll see, because usually people, when they use Linux or they recommend Linux, they use the complex versions of Linux, but there are so many flavors of Linux where it's so easy to manage it and to install stuff. Because if you think about it, what are people using the computer for mainly? They use it to install stuff because you need some applications, right? So it should be easy to install stuff and uninstall stuff, and then using those applications. And on Linux there are similar applications like Firefox, Mozilla Firefox to browse the web, video editors, photo editors, and so forth. I will show you. It's full of them. I mean, if I can do like videos, books, edit photos, edit audio files, write a lot, make websites, browse the internet, like do research for books and manage all of that stuff and projects and so forth. I mean, I think anyone can use Linux, and you will see that there are, of course, there will be like applications that you have to replace. Like if you use only on Windows, say Sony Vegas to edit videos, you won't find that in Linux. You'll find another program, but those alternatives are easy. It's a bit of a learning curve, of course. When you switch from one program to another, doesn't matter what you do, edit videos or whatever. Of course, it's a learning curve. You know, I made the Trom documentary in Sony Vegas on Windows, and then I moved to Kden Live to do the other Trom videos that you see now, the ones that I do. Of course, it took me a bit of time, but at least I don't have to pirate anymore any software. To make Trom documentary, I had to pirate Windows because I had no money to buy Windows. I had to pirate Sony Vegas. Everything was like buggy and crashy and so forth. Here I don't have to pirate anything. Everything is free, it's trade free. What we are going to recommend is going to be trade free, because even if in this open source world you have to separate what is trade free and what is not trade free. For example, Libre software, what some people refer as Libre, they say basically that you have to not only be open source, but users should control the software in a way. To be Libre, to be like to have the ability to edit that piece of software, to redistribute it and so forth. But Libre doesn't put a restriction on like collecting data. If you can have a Libre software that collects data or asks you money or puts advertising, we don't want that. We want trade-free and open source software, like trade-free software that doesn't want anything from the users. They leave you alone, like we do books for Trom, and like Trom project is. We don't want anything from people. We just make books and we just make videos and we post them, and that's it. We don't want anything in return. We are very far away from the trade bubble, and that's why this Tromjaro operating system, it's important in my view, and it's something that I tested for the past 8+ months. I installed it on multiple laptops, and not only laptops, and it works. It works. I even made like a smart TV for my parents in a way, just to test it how it works. Yeah. And the advantages of this operating system compared to, say, Ubuntu. I used to use Ubuntu. Ubuntu has a software center. The problem is with software availability. So Ubuntu has a software center, but you cannot find a lot of software there. So you end up searching online how to install a piece of software on Ubuntu, and then you have to use the terminal, and it becomes a mess. Plus, it's not very up to date. This lav mic is not the best lav mic. But here with Tromjaro, because it's based on Arch Linux, and they have this great software center, you can pretty much find any software that is for Linux. You can find it here and you can install it very, very easy. You don't need. I never use the command line. I never use the terminal to install anything. So I think this takes like five times more on a virtual machine now than it takes in reality when you install it. So yeah, I love Linux. I love this kind of open source communities because I just know it's yours. It feels like it's your computer. I have control. I have control over whatever I'm doing. You know, I don't want ads. I stop ads. I don't want to be tracked. I'm not going to be tracked. No one, like, even when you get updates on Linux, it's like you can stop notifications if you don't want that, but you'll get notification, be like, look, there are some updates if you want to do them now. If not, it's optional. Windows is like, there are updates and we are going to do them now, and you have nothing to say about that. So get used to it. And probably Apple is like, we have updates and you have to pay for them. Or I don't know how that works, but or we have updates and if you don't do them, your computer will get slower and slower, sluggish. Yeah, the virtual machine is really struggling. Maybe I didn't add enough RAM for the virtual machine. It's also that I'm not extremely prepared for this because I tried it like 5 times already and my computer crashed because of that bug. I don't think that it's a bug anymore. I think the bug it was with NVIDIA, but I didn't know for sure if it's going to work, so I didn't look much into like the virtual machine to make sure that it's going to work properly. Install. It's so great to have so many options when it comes to Linux. If you don't like Tromjaro, no worries. You can choose from the hundreds, if not thousands, of flavors of Linux out there. While Windows is just one Windows. macOS is just one macOS. I'm trying to figure out why is it loading so bad, so slow, so slow. I think people are also scared of the unknown. If they don't know, like, oh, Linux, this Linux thing, I don't know what the fuck that is. It sounds so far away. They just want a computer that works, and I understand that. Linux tries to make Linux and the communities who build upon it try to make this operating system work with any kind of configuration. This is very difficult because there are so many components, and that's why sometimes you can run into problems. I run into problems with my laptop, with my graphic cards, because it's very difficult to code for all kinds of hardware out there. Let's hope it didn't get stuck. Let's see my machine, my virtual machine. Machine settings, system, 4 GB of RAM. Okay. Okay, everything seems to be fine, but I'm still waiting. Usually it should have been done, but I'll wait for like 2 more minutes and then I will click cancel and I'll try. Yeah, so it's a good idea. Like someone said to open the Tromjaro website and show the website itself in the meantime. But the thing is that the virtual box is so slow that I'm not sure how well I can do that. I will need for the operating system to be installed on the machine in order to work properly, probably. Let's see. Yeah, I suspect that something happened here. I got stuck. Because it's extremely slow. I wanted to show the website after I installed this because I wanted to go to step by step to the website. Okay, so I see 26%, so probably it works, but it's like extremely slow. Like extremely slow. I'm wondering why. Why holds you back? What holds you back? Maybe I'm writing something on my hard drive. Let's see. Maybe I can show you now, like the website and everything. Let's try to do that. Because the first page, that when you are going to open Firefox, is going to be the Tromjaro website. Okay. So it's going to be like tromjaro.com, and I divided the website in a way that it's so much, it's unique in a way to understand the entire operating system, and just in 3 sections. I call them know it, use it, and master it. And I want to go to all of this, but I'm not sure because I wanted to go to when everything is installed so I can show you how to install software, I can show you how to set up the backups and everything else. It's just that it takes so long to install. Never took as long as now. So I'm wondering if it's a bug or it's something. Let me check the system monitor real quick. It can also be because I'm using my Intel graphics card for everything now. I don't use my okay, so it's 42%. It is going, people, it's going, no worries. So what the kind of computer would you need for Tromjaro? I would say, so I installed Tromjaro even like on very old computers, like dual core, Intel dual core and 2 GB of RAM and a shitty graphics card, integrated graphics card. So you don't have to have who knows what computer. Actually, it works much better on older computers sometimes, because I know that's how Linux is. People code for those kinds of hardware that is older. Maybe it's going to have problems with newer hardware sometimes because they don't have the time, the Linux developers, to fix those. Okay, so it's going faster and faster. Yeah. 90%. We are getting there. 93%. And all of this, like the way that it looks like, even that it's customized. Of course, I use other open source projects to customize it. You see, from backgrounds to how it looks, the icons and everything. So it's unique. In that sense, it's unique. Not only that it's trade free and it's unique in that sense, it's unique in the sense of design as well. So you see, I love it. I love Tromjaro. I just love it. Just love it. Because it's so customizable, and it's this great feeling of being yours. Because I do lots of stuff and I don't want like ads into my face. I don't want fucking Microsoft products that are like, okay, the trial it's over, you have to buy the software. I don't want shit like that. Okay. Restart. Actually, no, I'm not going to restart. I'm going to shut it down because it's in a virtual box. So power off. Okay, now I'll get back. Oh no. Storage. Let's boot from the thing itself now. Okay, let's go. It's installed. And now we are booting Tromjaro. Probably I should also share it on social networks that we are doing this. I hate social networks. There is nothing social about those networks, but they're ad companies, but to reach people, you know, sometimes I share there. Everything that I do, I share on Trom Live, like tromsite.com/live. I don't have time for your fucking social networks. Okay, but I shared for whoever wants to see. Okay, let me check, put the resolution back so that it fits the OBS scene. Boom. Make it like this. Apply. Keep changes. Okay, close, and now we are set up. Get ready, folks. Let's present Tromjaro. Okay, so this is like, it looks exactly like the live installation, of course, because as I told you, you can test the live installation without installing it. And now you can disable this as start if you don't want this to start every time. The Manjaro hello is the forum, the get involved, blah blah blah, donate. This is for Manjaro, not for Tromjaro, but it's relevant still. So I'm going to open the Firefox because it's pre-installed, and I'm going to take it step by step from the website, because that's how you should do it if you want to understand Tromjaro. It will take a few minutes and that's it. the first page that it will load is Tromjaro website. As you will see, this is how I set it up. I made a bunch of custom changes for the applications that come pre-installed in Tromjaro. And you will see now. Tromjaro.com. So even the website, you will see that it looks, we use the same icons and the same colors and the same design that the Tromjaro operating system has. So it's so similar. I am obsessed with making things look nice. Okay, so the first page is a trade-free operating system based on Manjaro Linux. Now scroll down and let's see, know it. What about it? So what is this operating system all about? First and foremost is like I divided it into the sections of the screen. You have activity bar. What in the world is the activity bar? Is the top bar here. Here you can find pretty much like notifications and things that are active on your system. So if you click here the clock, this is the clock, you click it, you will get notifications here. If you getting notifications, you have a calendar, and that's basically, this is the notification center and the clock area. Here you'll find settings like quick settings for the sound. You can change the sound. You can change if you have multiple outputs, sound outputs, audio outputs. You can change the Wi-Fi. You will be able to change the Bluetooth, and you also have some quick access to like shut down your computer or restart or lock it, or tweaks to tweak your operating system, and I will show you, or settings. So everything is in the top bar is the activity bar. For example, some applications, when you install them, say Riot will have a little icon here and you'll get notification on Riot. It's like the Windows bar that it's on the bottom, it's on top here. And it's way more useful, I think, because it doesn't stay in your way that much. Like every screen is wide, so why should you take a lot of the bottom or the top bar, the top side of the screen? Instead, you take a bit of more of the side of the screen and just a little bit of the top. So Windows is like the bar on Windows is so big at the bottom there that even websites look more like weird, because you only see a bit, not as much of the websites that you see here, or you don't have that much screen real estate, like screen space. So you have to get used to this top bar here. You can even, like, if I drag it like that, I dragged Firefox, you see, and if I push it here and I leave it, it's going to maximize. Okay, and here you have like even these buttons. I wanted for them to be like that because you differentiate easier between colors. Red is always close the window, and yellow is always minimize it. Okay, so it's simple. Top bar, keep in mind the active stuff and the notification stuff here. Okay, the dock bar. The dock bar is the left bar, this kind of bar. And as you can see, I put here GIFs so that you can even see exactly how this works. Is this left bar, and coming from Windows, I wasn't that used to having this in the left side, but now I'm like, this is brilliant. This is the easiest way to interact with applications. It's so much more accessible and you have a lot of space like right now. And here you can of course drag applications here and reorder, or right click and remove them. If I open a new window, for example, and it's Firefox, you will see we have two bars here. You have two windows, and if I click it, you'll see that I can choose between which window, or I can close it. Close. I can also, what is super interesting about it is that I can change this in any way that I want, and let me show you the flexibility. So do you want it at the bottom? Okay, no problem, you can put it at the bottom like Windows is. What about the top? You can put it at the top, and then you can change the other top bar, or to the right. You see, you can make this smaller or bigger. You have so much control over customization. You can, what can you do? You can, the launchers show, isolate workspaces, animate whatever the behavior, what should happen when you click an application, or when you scroll, you see you have all kinds of the appearance. Let's go to the appearance, for example. Let's customize this. Enable on Unity, like this kind of thing. You will take the color of the icon and you will make it like that, like a bit like glossy and 3D-ish, if you like that. It's just a little thing, you know. But yeah, I'm just saying it's easy to customize this. You don't have a ton of options, and that's good, but you have enough to make it the way that you want. Like opacity, if you want the opacity here to be different, see? I love that. I just fucking love that. And if you want to put any application inside here, you will see in the application menu, you will be able to put easy, like right click and put it in the favorite bar. This is like the favorite bar here. Okay, let's remove something let's remove this one, for example. Remove the tag. Bam, that's it. I can undo it, and that's it. So you can put the favorite applications here, and here you can find all of the applications, and that's it. This is the entire operating system. On top is the active bar, in the left side is the dash bar, we'll call it, or dock bar. I mean, sometimes it can be confusing, but let's call it this the dock bar, and let's call this the dash. The dash is like the brain of your operating system, is because this is where you find anything. If here you find your favorite applications and they are in your face, and here you'll find the active stuff. Okay, so someone says that my streaming is not working. Let me just check quickly to make sure. Okay, maybe it's working. Probably it's working. Cody, don't scare me. Okay, let me get back. So here the favorite applications, and on top the activity bar. And the last thing that you have to keep in mind is here, the only button here that you can find anything in your computer. So say for example that you don't know where your applications are. Well, there are the applications here. Click here, you see all of the applications you have here. It's like on a mobile phone. It's so easy. And if you want to organize them in folders, you just drag and drop, or right click, add to. Let's say you create a new folder and call it live test for now. Create it and simply create a new folder, and you can drag and drop from one folder to another. Maybe let's say put it here. You can also remove it from folders. You can drag and like remove from the live test and so forth. You see, it's so easy. This is where you find your applications or anything else. Like for example, say I want to change my Bluetooth settings. Well, just search for Bluetooth, but write it correctly. Okay, not like me. Bluetooth, see, under settings, Bluetooth, it finds Bluetooth. You want to change the audio settings, audio, you see, settings, sound, see, everything you find here, Wi-Fi, keyboard, language. A little mention about language is that it's a small, it's not a bug, but it's the way that I set it up. Doesn't matter what language you select when you install the Tromjaro, it will switch back to English US, and the keyboard in language English US. So I will try to fix that, but right now, if you can, after you install Tromjaro, just search for language or keyboard and you will get this directly. And let's say I want to add Spanish, I add Spanish, I add it here, like input sources means keyboard, and I can delete English, and that's it. Or I can change language, and that's it. So it's easy. Okay, this is very easy. Okay, this thing doesn't ever fall down. Okay, so keep this in mind that here you can find anything. Anytime you want to like install anything or whatever, just search here. You want to know where how to install, they say install Look, it's other software update account or add or remove software. Probably it's add or remove software, right? If you want to install something. I mean, it gives you clues what you can find, and it's so easy. Once you get used to this, you don't search for, you don't have to, like in Windows you have to go to control panel and search this, search that. No, here you don't have to do that. You just search for something and that's it. So this is how you can know Tromjaro. This is how you can know it. Know the activity bar, know the dock bar, know the dash bar. And that's how you know the entire operating system. You can change resolution, you can change whatever you want. Okay. Next section, hold on. Next section is use it. How to use this operating system. So you have two places where you find how you can tweak everything on this operating system. It's called settings and tweaks. Okay. So you can find both here, settings and tweaks, but you can also, like, again, click here and type settings. You can find here settings. You open settings and let's try to change some stuff. Let's try to see what kind of changes we can do here. So we have Bluetooth, we have background, for example, and these are some really cool backgrounds I added. They're like this flat, minimal kind of background that I think they look so cool. I found some tree backgrounds that I put here. I think it looks very nice. It's very clean and very sharp, and I like this. The entire operating system is a bit more like a bit cartoonish, but not like, more simple, you know. Sometimes more washed out colors and more like simplistic design. I like this simplistic and clean design. I love it. Let's put some rainy stuff here because it's raining here in Spain. Let's keep the same feeling. You can go to notifications area. You can disable notifications if you want, or app by app, or all of them. You see, it's almost, you see, it's like Android, but it's with control. You have control over this, and you can install real applications, not like shitty Android applications. You can install full video editors and stuff like that. Okay, you can manage the search, for example. The search is this one. I told you where you search for everything. So for example, right now it doesn't search in files, but I can enable this and it can search inside your files. So you can search for like a photo or something like that. But I also let this, like, I put here add or remove software calculator. So for example, if I search for something that is not in this computer, it will search it in the software center. Let's say GIMP, the photo editor. It finds it here, and I can click it and I can install it. You see how simple it is? You don't have to search it online like on Windows. Even calculator, I think, yeah, it works. Like, let's see, 3 plus 4 plus 4 equals 8. That's great. I think that's correct. But probably you can add a lot more here, like other kinds of things. Regional language, online accounts. If you want to connect with any online accounts, I don't quite suggest that because they are very trade based. Privacy here, you see, out of the get-go they don't collect anything. They don't collect anything, but you can, like, if you want, like location services, screen lock, usage and history. It's only collecting usage and history on your computer, you know, for search, not anything online. Okay. Applications, you don't really have to. I mean, if you want to, for example, have like full control over any application here to see what they collect, what they have, what they access, and so forth, you can go here and tweak that. Sound, power, and so forth. This is the settings area. Okay. Let's see the tweaks. Tweaks. Tweaks is almost like the side of your operating system, the design part of your operating system, how it looks like, okay? Animations and stuff like that. For example, appearance. You see, I like this darkish look. That's the default Tromjaro look. But you'll see that you can change it. You have several themes. Like let's see, we change into this one. Let's change into like well, white theme. Okay, you have all kinds of themes that you can change to, like add white, this one, whatever. I use this one, this is the default one. You can even change icons if you want, different kinds of icons, purest, and you just have control if you like to customize stuff. I love to customize stuff. Okay, backgrounds, extensions. Let's go to let's go to extensions, to this part of the operating system. So extensions are like addition to this operating system that provide functionalities. Now you have some extensions enabled by default, and I installed some extensions for you. They just provide some functionality, like let's see, for example, to install extensions you need to go here in the open GNOME shell extensions. Maybe this can look seem complicated to many people, but it's actually very easy. It's like the third, like some external things that you can put on your system very quickly to provide more functionalities. So let me give you an example. Like I use an extension called to do, but let's see which one. It's because I don't remember. Maybe it's this one. Let's see. Maybe it's this one. Yeah. So I want like a to-do list to access quickly, and I search for it on this extension website. It's already connected with the system. You don't have to do anything. You just have to enable it. You'll get a pop-up to install. It installs. You see it here. It's almost like, you know, it's like an add-on for Firefox. That's what it is. Keep that in mind. So now I can I add new task, like, hey, make a Tromjaro stream. Enter. See, it's useful. You don't want it anymore, you disable it. As simple as that. See, fast. So these are extensions. You can find them here. You can uninstall or install or whatever. It's super easy. And so that's how you customize and tweak your operating system via settings and tweaks. Okay. Next thing, how to use it. Application. This is the part that I really love about this operating system. Fucking love it. Let me show you. So applications. How do you uninstall applications? Well, I told you, if you don't know something, just search for it. Okay. So go here and search install, add or remove software. Bam. Click it. This will open this software center. It's not called software center, but it's like how you manage stuff. Okay. So you can see here the installed. This is what you have installed on your system. Lots of stuff, right? Well, you don't really have to know all of these things, because there are like packages and applications and can be a mix of them. But let's suppose I want to install something and I know what I want to install. First, I recommend that when you open this, you also update the system, because it's always recommended to just click update and have everything up to date first and foremost. So you see, oh, we have lots of updates. So let's do the updates, but actually let's do the updates without Firefox, because then I want to show you something. You see the updates here. You can choose whatever updates you want to do, and you can just apply, put in the password, authenticate. Yeah, so you wait a bit for you sometimes may get a warning, like they say, look, you ignore Firefox, it won't update. I'm like, okay, no problem, I will update it later on. Okay, so I can close it, it's no problem. Now it's going to download. And another thing that I wanted to go through, but I want to go later on to this. Actually, I will go later on to this, because I don't want to mix things up. Now we are trying to install software here. Okay. And here in the software center, you have all kinds of, like, if you go to preferences, for example, now it doesn't work because it's doing the updates. You can change how often the updates should be and so forth. Not many options, but good options, okay. Useful options. And that's the only thing that you have to use when you install or uninstall applications, okay? You only have to use this software center. You don't have to use anything else. You don't have to go online, you don't have to do anything like that. And let's just show you how. For example, if I go to search and I'm like, let's install maybe Kdenlive, because Kdenlive is it's a very good video editor. You see, it finds Kdenlive. You can simply click to install, and then you will see apply and installs. Now we wait a bit for the updates, and then we will go to other things. But when it comes to software, let me just explain something quickly. There are two. How is software managed on Linux? Because someone asked me, where are those pieces of software coming from? Because in Mac OS, probably you find it in the software center put there by the developers, and then Apple has to like approve whatever they want to have there or not. In Windows, you basically have to search online. They have a store, but it's a weird store. You don't find much there. What about Linux? Linux is like developers put applications in some things called repositories. Repositories are like storage spaces. Imagine it's like you have a storage space, and then you take a piece of application, you look at it, you say, okay, it's good, I put it in this storage space, okay? And now me, as the end user, I can add all kinds of storage spaces in my system. I can be like, okay, I like this storage system, I like this storage system, blah, blah, blah. Now we use the Manjaro's storage system, the repositories. Manjaro checks to see if the software is good and so forth, and just to be sure that it's not like contains viruses and so forth, and adds there. But of course, Manjaro can only check like thousands of a few thousands of applications, because it's difficult to check so many applications. So then you are limited, only a few applications in the software center. But then now we have something called AUR. It's called Arch User Repository. This is like an open storage space where anyone puts there anything that they want, and basically no one really checks them, but only other users check them. It's like this more like decentralized storage space, decentralized like crowd-funded storage space of applications, and you find hundreds and thousands of applications there. Pretty much anything that's on Linux, it's in AUR. Okay. Now in Tromjaro you have both of them enabled by default. So that means you have access to a shit ton of applications. And many people are going to say, okay, it's a bit risky to install from AUR, but so far in my lots of years of use, I didn't encounter any problem really from AUR. Rarely, maybe some application will not work to install, but it's very, very rare. Okay, so just don't worry about that, but that's how it works. That's AUR and repositories. It's like two storage spaces. One is more like managed and people keep an eye on it. One is very decentralized and anyone can put their applications. It's a lot safer than Facebook, than Windows, when people have to go online and search for an application and go there and install the exe file and next install. It's a lot easier here. Okay, so the updates are still doing. Yeah, I have to leave the updates, and you don't have to restart after there are updates unless there are like huge amount of updates, like a gigabyte or something, meaning the kernel gets updated. Unless that, you don't need to restart your computer. Oh man, it's 1 hour stream so far. Okay. It's great that it worked. The stream worked. What else? Let me see. In the meantime, let's talk about files. In the meantime, let's leave the updates and then we will talk about the applications. I will show how we install applications and install. And the files are, of course, like on any computer. Your files, where all of your files are, and it's here in your files. It's not much to say about that. more than just files, where you can sort them out and make folders and so forth. And one thing that I want to mention is that the home, it's where all of your settings are. Like if I install Kdenlive, the settings go to home, into home, and the application itself goes into other locations and computer. But you don't, no one, I mean, I don't really go to the computer, I don't do anything here because you may mess things up and you need the root privileges and so forth. You don't have to like deal with that. But what is great about this, that it stores every settings here, is that if I back up my home, I can restore it. So let's say I install Kdenlive and then I do all kinds of settings, all kinds of customized stuff there, and then I want to reinstall my operating system. If I copy that Kdenlive folder from here, I just copy it from somewhere, then I reinstall Tromjaro and reinstall Kdenlive, I can simply paste that folder into my new home, and that's it. My settings are in place, and just I do that with Mozilla and it restores everything, like your tabs, open tabs, passwords, everything. It's great. In that sense, it's really, really great. It separates them like that. It's so much easier to make backups on and to restore on Linux. So yeah, that's files. You can also like change from the list view to thumbnail view. In Windows, I didn't use the documents and downloads and so forth folders that come like as default folders on the system. I didn't use that, but here on Linux I ended up using them because it's, I know, it's easier because everything is in home and I can back up the entire home thing, and that's it. All of my files, all of my settings are backed up. Not the installed stuff, the software, I will show you how to do that, but my settings and my files. You have something here recent. You also have like some context menus that are very useful. Right click and you can create a new folder, a new document. Properties, or open as administrator, so you have like root privileges. Root means like you are God. Okay, you are the God of Tromjaro, you can do whatever you want, so be careful when you are in God mode. I will say instead of open as administrator, I will change it as open as God, because I think people will be more careful doing that. You also have open in terminal if you ever want to like execute any kind of command here. It's easy to do it like that. Okay, let's see. Updates, downloading. Okay, so now you can see when it updates, it downloads stuff and then you will install, will update. And this is such a fucking great thing, because here everything gets updated. You don't have to manually update anything. Like if Kdenlive gets updated by the developers, the update gets pushed to these repositories and they get pushed to your system. Kdenlive gets updated. Okay, you don't have to wait for like download from their websites, reinstall it and so forth. This is amazing. Like you if you don't experience this, because I used the Windows and I was like, now I have to update VLC, I have to update this, I have to update Mozilla. I got like notification from Mozilla, hey, you have to update. Not here. Okay, everything got it's updated here. That's why I love this. It's so convenient. It's automation, you know. That's how we do stuff. I'm not sure how Windows is so behind such things. So behind. I didn't use Mac OS. I think only like a few times to just look around. I don't know exactly how it works there. Probably it's more like Linux. But on Linux, here you won't find. I mean, you cannot buy any software from here. That's great. There are no currency trade. Like a marketplace. This is not a marketplace. This is a place where you can simply find applications, install them. That's it. Yeah. No fucking around. Okay. And I'll show you why this update takes more than usual. Because it's good. It's a good thing. I mean, it will take you a bit longer, but it's good. I'll show you why. Some people may already have realized why it's taking longer. And by the way, another thing that I did here and I didn't show you, you can wait for the updates here like this. It's a nice way, like, ah, look, it's updating this, updating that. But if you want to know the guts, the inside of the operation, just click details, and here you will see more details about what is happening behind the scenes. I always love to just look at this. Look what is happening. It's so mesmerizing to me because sometimes it shows you like I'm copying this there, I'm doing this here. I like that. I'm the geek. Also another thing, you know that on Windows you have this, it's called like Windows key. It has like a Windows on it. You can use that same key to open this dash, this brain of the operating system. You can use that. So you don't have to just click here, you can also use it with the keyboard. It's very convenient. Oh, and now I will be like I want to show you some really great applications. You'll see. I also have to kind of go to pee, but I will stay here because we have more things to do. Let's see. No pee for me. Usually I would do like Tromcast, it's like 2 hours, and I'm like, it's fine, it's no problem, 2 hours. But when you are alone and try to stream alone and talk all the fucking time, it's a bit tiring. But I wanted a complete guide to Tromjaro. I want you to love it as much as I do. Upgrading. And I'm sure I will miss some things that I wanted to say, but because it's so much to say, it's so many interesting things about this operating system. Okay. Of course, there are a lot more updates when you install Tromjaro, because last time I updated was like a few weeks ago and I released the ISO. So of course it's going to take a bit more time. Usually the updates sometimes are just a few megabytes in size. And I set up the updates to be once a month because I don't think people need to get the updates as quickly as Manjaro pushes them, because sometimes they can break the operating system. And I don't want that. I want for this to be as stable as possible. But you can change it from here, from the menu. You go to menu, you go to preferences, and you can change it. It's easy peasy. Super easy. Yeah. So yeah, you understood the files. So you understood the third part of using it. Okay, we can close the files now. Okay, transaction successfully finished. Yeah. So now let's install something. Like I want to install Kdenlive. Okay, that's so cool. Okay, I click here and then I can click apply and that's it. But you can also install even multiple, like even install Krita. Okay, don't have to install just one at a time. Install Krita as well. What about, I mean, we will install more, but let's install those two. So I search for them, I see them, I select them, and just apply. Okay. Sometimes they will ask you for some programs if you want to install extra things that can be useful. So for example, for Kdenlive, you want to install some extra things. If you know what these are, install them. If not, just don't choose anything and then click choose. Same for Krita. If you think there is something that will help you, then okay, let's select just one thing here for the sake of it and just click choose. And same here. Depends. Yeah. Usually you only have like, you don't have to click so many things here because it's a video editor and a photo editor. They're like, okay, do you want some extra features for this? That's why they ask you. And usually warnings are just warnings, but it's like you can close it and that's it. Okay, and they will make a summary of what is going to be installed, and you can apply, and that's it. Put the password. I know that this, honestly, this looked so like, oh, do this, do this, do this, do this, that, but usually it's like 3 steps. You select, you click apply, and then you put in the password. And... oh, okay. One. Yeah. So I didn't insert the password. Choose. Okay. Apply. Hey, put in my password. Hey, input keyboard. Yeah, so I mean, because of the virtual machine, I cannot like, hey, come on. Okay, so is my keyboard working? Okay, I hope it's working. Because it didn't take my password because I couldn't put in my password. I just put just one like this. Choose, close, apply, 1. Hey, VirtualBox. What's wrong with you? 1. Cancel. Nope. Okay, for some reason my keyboard doesn't want to collaborate with me. Okay, so it works here. Let me try quickly again. It's not a Tromjaro error, it's a virtual machine error probably. So let's search again. Let's search for like VLC to show how usually install things like. Okay, even here like they are providing like if you want to install more stuff, but this is so rare. It's usually you don't have that many options for. Hey. So the virtual machine doesn't take my keyboard input. No problem, because I copied the 1. This is the password 1. Now I'll try to use it like that. Paste. Ole. See, VLC, it's installing VLC. The long VLC, no more like in Windows next, agree, this, select that. No, it's only selecting if the program is recommending you some extra features. But the rest is like, that's it. It's easy. That's it, huh? And now that's what I wanted to show you. Now that you are updating something, like it also updates Firefox. See here. That's why I didn't update in the first place, because I wanted to show you. I set it up Tromjaro in a way that it makes automated backups. And this is very, very important. So it makes automated backups every time you update the system. So it detects updates. You say, okay, update it, and then Tromjaro says, okay, hold on, let's make an update, a backup. Let's save the backup, then we make the updates. Okay. In case that any updates are going to ruin your system, you can restore it. You see, and it's so useful because it's automated. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to worry about backups for the system. They are automated. That's what I wanted to show you. That's why I wanted to install a piece of software. And you see now it's making a backup. That's what it did before for all of those updates. It made a backup. That's why it took a bit longer. But it's very useful. This is one of the last features that I added to Tromjaro. Of course, it's a script made by someone else, and I integrated it with the operating system. That's what I did. So I think that so far is like, if you know the operating system, if you use it to system and tweaks, to applications and files, like updates and install and uninstall, then I think you have like a great understanding of the operating system itself so far. Because the uninstalling is the same. You search for a program, like here, for example, let's search for a program that we already have. which one do you have, like web torrent? Let's search for this, and you see it's installed because it has this mark here. I simply do the same. I click it for uninstallation and I apply, and that's it. It uninstalls. It's as simple as that. Okay. So now it's doing backups, and then we will update everything, and perfect. And the third part of so you understand perfectly the operating system is master it. And actually we talked about some parts of master it already. So the first master it is update. Just keep your system updated. Okay, I don't have much space on it says on my virtual machine, but that's okay. It's because of the backups. Doesn't matter here. So updates, again, if they are automated, you will get a notification, you will update the system, that's it. Okay, so it's easy. It's for everything in the system, in the programs. Backup, the backup is automated. So every time you, like you saw here, every time you do an update, a backup will be created. So don't worry about that. But if you want to also set up your backups better, there are two ways to do this, and one is Tromjaro. So you can click here and Tromjaro, or it's called backups, but Tromjaro or backups, it's the same. Here in Tromjaro, I open this, and this is a backup for, I use this for my files. I explain here, so you can go through this, but I explain here, like I can select my entire home folder to backup, and I can select a storage location. You can select even like a network server or Google Drive, but Google Drive is tray-based. So select a local folder, and I will select for probably an external hard drive, and that's it. It will make scheduled backups. You can select them to make schedule every week or every day, and that's it. Like every week or every day, and keep them forever, or at least a year or 6 months. Once you set this up, all of your files will be encrypted and save and backup to your whatever you want to backup. So I backup my systems and my files separately. So once you do that, you also have backups to your files, not only backups to your system done automatically to this installation thing. Okay, the backups to your systems are done to time shift. That's what happens when you when you update your system and automated backups are created. It's done through time shift. Okay, but it's automatic. You don't have to do anything with time shift. However, if you want to do it with time shift, like in more advanced ways, you can go here, search for time shift, okay, because it's pre-installed. It will ask you for the password. Paste. Okay, and in time shift you already can see the backups that were created before upgrade. We have already 3. It will only keep 3 backups. And here you can like go to settings, and you can schedule everything, like the location, if you want to do daily or hourly backups, how many to keep, what to include, and so forth. It's not a complex piece of software, but if you want to set those up, do them. If you don't want to, don't worry. You have automated backups of your system every time you upgrade the system. Okay, so don't worry about that. Updates and backups are quite set up, quite easy to do. Don't worry. And the third thing is master it is support. Okay, so it's so much to talk about. So support is basically for those who are interested to, for example, report an error with the software. So let's say, for example, let's search for Google Chromium. It's a AUR application. So let's say that I'm installing an Google Chromium, and then I get an error or something, or after I open it I get a bug or something like that. Well, go to the software center, double click it, and this is what I usually do. You have 2 links here. One is to GitHub, where it's posted, where the code is posted, and one is AUR. It's that big storage space where the software is located, so from where you install. Go to any of them and report that. As simple as that. For example, I may go to GitHub and just get used to the website and go to GitHub, and then we go to issues and report that issue and say, hey, look, this gives me an error and so forth. It's so helpful because you help the open source community by reporting stuff. Okay, I helped them many times for the past years with reporting bugs, and stuff were fixed because of me and what I tested and so forth. So do that, because if you solve the problem for you, you solve the problem for everybody. So keep that in mind if you want to do it. So that's it. That's the entire operating system, and it is Tromjaro.com. This is the first page. Okay, you can also like change the language of the page thanks to Dima and Rafa and Darwin and Aaron. We have it translated into Spanish, into German and Russian, the entire website, which is so great. We also have this menu here, and let's go to about. I want to promote, that's the thing here, here's the thing. It's not only the practicality of this operating system, is that I want to push the idea of trade-free to it as well. So I will promote this operating system to Manjaro forums and to DistroWatch and to other open source communities. I want for them to understand this trade is the source of most problems, and this is what we push to with this Tromjaro operating system. Not only that it's a great operating system, it lacks trades, but we push this idea, and we link to Trom. We link to Trom and trade-free stuff and so forth. Okay, I say many times okay, I realize that. Okay, and now why do we customize Tromjaro, and what exactly did we change? Because we are very transparent, and I'm showing you here exactly what we changed, what packages, what we installed, and what we tweaked. Let's take an example. Firefox. I set tap Firefox so it's usable from the get-go. You don't have to install much stuff. It stops trackers. It has integrated a password manager, like KeePass. It's integrated with the system. Let's see what I did here. I installed a few add-ons basically, and I tweaked them so that you don't see advertising. You devoid of trades. It works much better. It's like, for example, let me give you, so video download helper. This is just one example. So let's say I go to YouTube. I go to youtube.com. Okay, let's restart Firefox because it updated, and it updated some probably security things. I'll show you now. I'll show why I chose to customize Firefox. Come on, virtual machine, don't be so slow. Can anybody buy me like a 10,000 euros laptop so that I don't have problems like this, please? I'm always faster than my computer. Okay, youtube.com. I'll give you some examples of what I installed here to make Firefox better. So you see, now I get also a notification like, hey dude, look, an extension needs to be updated. I told you about extensions, they are these like add-ons for the entire operating system. So if you get this update, it's a notification. I click it, and you'll see it opens the extension webpage to update the extension, and it's quite straightforward. Now you have all of the extensions here that I installed on my computer, and those green ones with green, they need to be updated. This is another kind of update, but it's like updating an add-on for Firefox. I don't think it should be that much of a problem. You click the green thing, and then that's it, install, and that's it, it updates. That's it. So what I want to show you, I go on YouTube, and I go and search for Trom site trailer, for example, and I want for people to be able to download our stuff. So how do you download from YouTube? I know that many people have all kinds of methods to do that, but here it's built into the system. So it should, hold on, shut up. Okay, so as soon as I play the video, you see here this is called download helper. I can click it and I can click any kind of resolution I want. I can download the video. That's just one thing that I added. So it's easy. You sometimes you find videos that are like copyright free and so forth and trade free, and you want to download them, and now you have it integrated into the operating system itself, into the Firefox. You don't see ads on YouTube, and you can also download videos. Just a little thing here and there. Okay. Another thing I added is like an extension for a new tab. When you go to the new tab, now you have folders. It's such a cool extension. You can add new folders. Here you can find like click on Tromjaro and you'll find like main page or apps. You can go back. Trom. You can have a main page, documentary, books, videos, tools. See, it's just a little thing. You can edit all of this just for your ease of use. I added them. I also added this Wayback Machine thing because it's so useful when you write books or anything, or when we write books and we have to like save links with the Internet Archive. I click here and I'm like save this page, and if it's so interesting because if you come across a website and if you don't want that website to be deleted after a few months or years, you can save it with Wayback Machine. Or you can revert the website back like, hey, how is this website? How did this website look like 4 months ago, 3 years ago? It's very useful. Okay. Okay, and yeah, a few other things to like help with privacy. That's what I did. And these are the applications that I pre-installed on the operating system, and I want to go through them a little bit now. Let's go very quickly. So what I installed? I installed two for backups. I told you, they shut up and Timeshift. One is for your files, basically. One is for your system itself. Again, if this works very bad, it's because of my virtual machine. Nothing to do with the system itself. Okay. I installed hold on. Thunderbird for email. I was trying to remember like what I installed. I installed like SM Player. It's just a video player that is one of the base players, and I customized it to look integrate and look very good with the system. I installed LibreOffice. That is a replacement for Microsoft Office, and it's great. I write books in it or with it. I installed for torrents. So let me give you an example, because I prepared everything for other tools that we have for Trom. Like let's go to VideoNet, because people ask me like sometimes, oh, how do I watch the videos on VideoNet? Well, it's very easy. I gave instructions there how to do it, but with Tromjaro you don't need any instructions, you'll see, because it's integrated into the operating systems. So you want to see some great documentaries, so go to documentaries. See, this is the instruction page, but people don't read this. They're like, oh my god, this is like an advertising. It's not advertising. Read the fucking thing. Okay, and let's go. Let's choose a documentary that probably has more more seeds. Maybe this one, Bird Brain. It's a great documentary about birds. Very interesting documentary. So I go here, Bird Brain. And now, how do you do it? Well, on VideoNet, you can click magnet. And here, when you click magnet, you have the option like web torrent or transmission. You already have this option like you want to download it, or you want to also download it and also watch it. I recommend this if you want to watch it. So I choose this. I open, and now you should open web torrent, and you should try to load the documentary to basically watch the documentary. Let's see. Just loading it. It depends how many peers there are. So if the speed is good or not, it depends on that. Some documentaries have more than others, so it kind of depends. But if the speed is good, now it's a good speed. I can already click probably play, and if it says unable to play because maybe the format is different, I can play in VLC or in some other player. So I can click VLC and it will start. And I'll show you more. I'll show you lots of applications like Music Wave, and I'll show you when I go to the apps page. You'll see. So this one, because it's an MKV file, it cannot play inside the thing itself, the WebTorrent, but you can play it with another, like VLC, for example. So it should usually be like, let's see, did I click something? Did I close VLC? VLC. Continue. Okay. So I click play, and they say, okay, I cannot open it with this, so play it in VLC. I say, okay, play it in VLC. You should start to play in VLC. You see? And now the documentary it's available. Of course, here it works like shit because of the virtual machine. But yeah, basically it opens the documentary in whatever player you have. And mostly if it's an MP4, it opens directly in WebTorrent. But you see, it's that easy. It's just click and play basically. That's why it's integrated with. It's ready for VideoNet basically. Okay. Okay. These are all the changes here. You can read through them. I won't go through all of them. Okay. So let's go to something else. The last thing probably. Oh no, before the last thing is like you have install. You have the install page. On the install page, you have the instructions how to install it. So you have first you download, then flash it, then boot from it. I told you like in the beginning, and you have everything with images here, so you know. The ISO, it's on torrents, of course. It's decentralized. It's on torrents. And the coolest thing I think about this is the apps section about Tromjaro, because we are going to review apps, and we are going to put apps on this website, like more and more, like hundreds, thousands of trade-free apps. And that's what I love about this. You know, I really struggle to make it very easy and straightforward to recommend and install apps. I think stay here. So we have lots of recommended apps now. I will add a lot more. And you have a search here. So for example, you want for a video editor. But hey, what video editor do you have, guys? Oh look, Kdenlive. Okay, VidCutter is another thing that you can edit videos with. Or you want a photo editor. Search for bit, photo collage, GIMP, Krita. See, we have lots of things like video player, or you can watch you can stream media, and you have some streaming media VLC, whatever, popcorn time, for example, if you want to watch free documentaries and movies and so forth. Let's go to a few of them. Let's install a few things like what I recommend. I recommend the master PDF editor. I recommend the OBS for streaming and stuff like that. Let's see, Music Wave. Let's make, because the screen is so small, the website may not look properly. So I will make it a bit smaller. That's it. I will install CPOD. These are some apps that I want to install. Okay. Before I install them, I think there are two things that I also added here that are interesting. At least one of them is like sometimes I really want to make screenshots, because it's so useful to take a screenshot of something and send it to a developer, or send it to someone from Trom and show them something. But you know that screenshot tools are so crappy on most systems. Well, on Tromjaro we have a fucking amazing screenshot tool. So it's already integrated with the print screen button. So here's the thing: if I print screen, that's the thing. I can select whatever area I want to select, and then I have so many options that I love this. Like you can, I don't know, you can write stuff if you want. You can, arrows are so important, like, hey look, this one doesn't work and this one doesn't work. Or you can put a square here, it's like, hey, can you fix this? Or I can blur things. Maybe I don't want to blur sensitive information, okay? And I can do all kinds of things, and I can save it on my computer, or I can upload this on let's upload it first of all. Let's see, I can upload it so that I can copy the URL now. You see, you don't need any account or anything, and it's uploaded on this website, and you can send it to someone as quickly as that. See, it's so I use this every fucking day, I think. Like you can even open it with a photo editor directly. So it's so amazing. It's like a little thing here, but it's great. It's great. And I forgot to tell you how you can put apps here, but I will show you after we install something. Let's just install these things. So CPod. What is this CPod? Well, you get screenshots of it, and the screenshots are made by me, are made in Tromjaro. These things are tested in Tromjaro, so it's not like just simple applications. These things are tested and they work with Tromjaro. So you can see here like all kinds of screenshots, and you can read about it. What is this? This is a podcast application. It's a great podcast application. I use it so many times. You can click here to go to their GitHub page, or you can find their source code. You can see a review sometimes from us. You can even leave a comment. If something doesn't work, just leave a comment here. I will help you out. How do you install this? Just copy CPod and go to your software center, and we paste this. Paste. Sometimes you'll find maybe more results like CPod and CPod Git. I mean, just select one, like select what we recommend here, like exactly how it's called here. Sometimes just, but you can install any, doesn't matter. Okay, so I put this for installation. Music Wave. Hey, what is this Music Wave? Well, it's still a Trom project. You can listen music for free online. It's great, but this is interesting. We see something here. See this question mark? If you've read the origin of most problems books, you know what the question mark stands for. It says, what am I trading? It's a question mark, like, wait, what am I trading? And if you hover it, 1 second, let me make sure that connection works for my streaming. People are saying that maybe the stream doesn't work well. Okay, because in 10 minutes we are done anyway, so 10-15 minutes I think. But hey guys, tell me if it's working. You're good. Yeah, let's get back to the stuff. So whenever you see this question mark on any Trom site or on any Tromjaro application, hover it, okay? And you see here, wait. Although Music Wave itself does not push any trades on users, the fact that it uses last.fn in YouTube may mean that those websites may collect data about users. So some applications may not be 100% trade free, and when they are not, we put here a question mark. So you know that you might trade stuff. So the application itself may not push you to trade stuff, but the things that they use may push trades onto you, okay? So keep that in mind. And if you agree with this, then you can like copy this, go back to this to search for an application, paste it here, because I told you can install multiple applications at once. Okay, another one, OBS Studio is what I use now to stream this Tromjaro review, Tromjaro introduction. Okay, copy it, paste it. Sometimes you see it keeps selecting like AUR, but if it's in repositories, I recommend you install from repositories. You'll figure this out. It's easy. It's much easier than searching online for sure. Like Windows. Master PDF Editor, it's the best PDF editor. People use it to translate the Trom books. I really recommend this. It says again that it's trade based, and you can, or that pushes some trades onto people. Okay, so be careful about that. But this one is that it's not that pushy, you know. When it's a piece of software that is very important and they don't push that many trades onto you, then we put it there. But we put a warning, and that's it. Selected for applications, apply. Again, they say, do you want to install more for OBS Studio? Well, okay, let's install this and whatever. Oh, quick, let's copy one, because sometimes my keyboard doesn't work. Okay, and then you only have like a resume here, like, hey, look what is going to install, everything. People don't really concern with such things, but for those who want, then just concern yourself with that and whatever. Paste, authenticate, and now it's going to install stuff. Okay, I say okay so many times, I'm really aware of this now. That's what happens when you're alone streaming. There are many applications here, you see, many applications, and they're great applications. And yeah, I can maybe in every Tromcast, maybe I will like to review one of them. For every Tromcast I will suggest one of them and I can talk a bit about, because now it's too much to go through them. Okay, so it's installing stuff now. If I can show you, like, yeah, probably I will show you some other time, because oh I am low on space. Yeah, because I'm using a virtual machine. Don't you know? Let me just delete the time shift. Hey, click here to delete a backup quickly so that they can install those. One. Okay, let's just delete something here. Delete. Okay, now it's installing. Sometimes from AUR it may take a bit longer to install a package, but it's usually it's not that long, a few minutes maybe. We have here like applications for everything, like record the screen, cut parts of videos, make GIFs out of videos, download from any website like videos, or optimize images. Yeah, man, I think maybe I would recommend like 5 applications for each Tromcast. Maybe that's what I'm going to do. Yeah, I think that's a good idea. There is no way for me to go through them now. It's too much. But let me just, for the last thing that we are going to do here, I'm going to show you these installed applications, and that's it. Because it's too much now. And I need a break. And I'm so happy that it worked, like the streaming worked. That's great. It's almost 2 hours. Oh my god. Oh my god. In the meantime, let me show how you put an application to that bar there. You just go to the applications and you see here OBS. Right click. If it works here. Again, it's a problem with the virtual machine if it doesn't really work. Or maybe it's something else. Hold on. Close. I need to restart the shell just to make sure, like maybe in a virtual machine the shell is like almost like restarting the desktop itself. Paste, enter. No, please, enter. Well, okay, that's nothing. I want to show you like how you add an application to your favorites, but it's like right click and add to favorites. That's what it is. Yeah, I'm not sure, maybe. Yeah, it's because virtual machines are never like, sometimes they fuck things up. And if so, then that's it. That's the review for Tromjaro. Now it's installing the applications there, but I'm not sure I have to go to applications now to show you, because it's like I want to show you in Tromcast maybe, to show you lots of applications there and how they work and everything else. But the point here is Tromjaro, it's fucking trade free. You install it on any computer and it fucking works. You know, you can do whatever you want. I did videos, photos, make books, and it fucking works. And that's basically it. You don't need to replace your Windows, replace your Mac OS if you want. We installed it even on MacBook Pros from Jaro, and it works perfectly fine. And if it doesn't work, you have, like, on tromjaro.com, you have a support page. Write us there, and we are there to answer and to help you out if there is anything to help you out with. And yeah, it's another free tool from Trom, and just enjoy it. It's trade free. You don't have to do anything to get it. Just download and give us feedback. Try it, and I just love it. I just love it. I love such things. And here's the thing, the last thing that I want to say is that I went to Tromjaro forums and I was kind of arguing with Tromjaro developers, because I was like, guys, why do you include Skype? Why do you include this and that? Because they are proprietary and they collect data, and they are like, theory, if you don't like our operating system, look, we have a tutorial how you can make your own version. And that's how you should do stuff in our society. And then I said, okay, I learned how to do it, and I did it, and no conflict, because it's open source, and it's basically trade free. You can take it and you can do whatever you want and modify it and so forth. If you make it easier for people to get involved and create their own stuff, from maybe from food recipes to like technology and so forth, if you have such a system, you push away conflicts, push them away, because people are like, if I don't agree with you, I can go here and I can do my own stuff. And that's why I love it, and that's what I did. And now we have Tromjaro, and I'm happy as fuck. And you can have it, and if you don't like it, I will put probably a tutorial on how to do it on your own, to do your own custom Tromjaro. And perfect. I think we are done. Okay, awesome, man. Try it and give us feedback, and bye bye.